That's why this is in the form of a statute and not a simple policy resolution. Policy resolutions are okay, and they do express the sense of the assembly, and that purportedly represents the sense of the people. But this is tooth and nails. This is guts and fight right here. We're not backing away, and the reason for this is if we pass this, and with you're working here, and you're contacting people all around Virginia, especially the Senate, they're the weak spot for our cause right here. We pass this, and the Obama administrations, they're going to be passing this and compelling people to buy their brand of insurance. By the way, how different is this than when the mob used to come up to a businessman and say, you need insurance, and if you don't buy this insurance, you may have a fire here. Well, the only difference is Congress is not going to burn our house down, but they're going to put us in jail. I'm not making this up. The staff director of the Joint Committee on Taxation answered a question to one of the U.S. senators. What if you don't want to pay this fine? You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Okay? No, don't offer that up. You offer them up to go to jail. I'm not going to jail. I'm sending them packing. In here, I give you references on the people, the staffers that work for Congress, the Congressional Budget Office. In 1994 and in 2009, they both said Congress has never done this. Now look how slick these people are. I could sign a no new tax pledge, say, I'm not going to raise taxes on those folks in that library. Mental reservation, but I'm going to mandate that they spend the money, okay? I could be completely telling the truth, real subtle, real coy-like, but I would be disingenuous if I were saying I'm completely candid, because I'm not candid. And that's exactly what the Congressional Budget Office said. In fact, these expenditures should be listed as budget expenditures in the budget that Congress puts out, because it is a command of the sovereign that the money be spent. I mean, the normal rules of accounting, the standard operating procedures, you'd have to account for this and put it in your budget. Congress doesn't want to do it because they don't want to really tell you the real cost of this, okay? When I went into D.C. to give a talk last week, a group headed by Grover Norquist, there was a sign as I passed over the 14th Street Bridge, state of denial. I said, finally, some candor in Washington. I'm serious. This was literally these huge signs, state of denial. I said, somebody's got it right here. I said, this was an appropriate welcome to Washington, D.C. At the end here, again, this also protects businesses, and small businesses should be paying attention here because a lot of them don't have health care benefits. And I'm not, complaining about that. They just don't have it. But they're going to have it if both of these bills pass or some version of it passes. At the end, I give an explanation from an attorney from Georgetown University talking about the fact that there are, even given what Pat was talking about, the decisions should still cut our way. But remember, power has a tendency to corrupt. Lord Acton, absolute power has a tendency to corrupt, absolutely. There is a phrase on the Archives building in Washington, D.C. The Archives building is where we keep the Constitution. It should be kept here and here, but one of the original documents is there in an atomic bomb-proof vault, probably so the members of Congress can't tear it up and forget we had an original one. On the front of that building, it says, eternal vigilance is the price of liberty, okay? This can change any time because of the propensity we have to error, to evil, okay? And again, when you do this, do not do this on your own. That young lady was talking about the revolution that happened in Poland. It didn't happen just with armed might. It happened with spiritual power, okay? A pope who was willing to tell the communists when they told him in 1949, by the way, we're not going to issue a building permit to build the cathedral. He said, fine, thank you. We don't need a building permit. We're going to build one. Our founders, it says near the end of the Declaration of Independence, the seminal document, the foundational, philosophical reason why we are who we are, okay? They said, with a firm reliance upon the New York Times, the Washington Post, oh, the Richmond Times, a firm reliance upon divine providence. Providence means the interaction of the Creator in the affairs of men. Okay? They pleaded with the Almighty to restore and uphold the natural rights which the Creator of men gave to us as part of our existence. We can do no less. In your own way, find ways to bring in the power of your God who can help us, because we cannot win this on our own. There is too much that has gone on for too long for simple human power to win this thing. So however you pray, do it. You don't have to listen to me about how to do it, but you can do it. So please, in the following order, pray, think, and act. Okay, when I was younger, I acted and I occasionally thought. And when all failed, I used the parachute theory of prayer. Lord, get me out of the mess that I created right here. So gradually, I reversed this. Pray, think, and act in that order. And get your member of the state Senate to endorse the bill. Okay? Again, go to delegatebob.com. I thank you very much. Use your emails for what it is. Get other states. I will just close with this. I have had legislators in 4 states call me up about House Bill 10, including one who was a state senator for 30 years, Bill Larkin. He's a Republican and conservative. They have 2 parties up in New York. He was the past president of the National Commission of Insurance Legislators. He's sending it to his friends around the United States, state legislators. On WOL, which is the big station in Des Moines, Iowa, a friend of mine called me up and says, Bob, your name was taken on this radio station. I said, now what did I do? He says, no, the guy was talking about you and House Bill 10, a state representative out there. This is catching, folks. This bonfire that we set in Virginia is going to be a prairie fire across the United States of outrage against the usurpers in Washington. You have the power, the responsibility, you use it.